Today we're delving into the history of the National Trust site, the White Mill, which can be found nearby Sturminster Marshall. The history of the mill dates back to 1175, however the origins of the name are actually unknown, but there are several theories. Some believe that the earlier building would have been lime-washed, hence the white aspect of the name. However, some believe it was more generally due to the chalk pit, which can be found where the car park now is. As you walk around the mill, you can see some great models such as this, which explain how the mill all works, alongside the processes which happen after the mill has done its work. It was in 1776 that the Joyce family rebuilt the mill on earlier foundations, and they were tenants of the Banks family. However, by the end of the 1800s, the mill had stopped its working life. It was turned into a farm shed, but began to slowly rot away until 1994. And it was in 1994 that they began to do conservation work. However, they decided not to change it back into a working mill. However, if you decide to visit the White Mill, then you can get a tour around or do a self-guided tour, so you can learn a lot more about the history. And it's also surrounded by some beautiful and peaceful nature. And you can often spot a lot of different bird and fish species if you take a look. So if you're looking for history mixed with the Dorset countryside, then the White Mill is definitely the place to visit.